Crystal Police Chief Stephanie Revering is heading up a group that wants to change the way law enforcement agencies handle sexual assault cases. Reporter Sonia Goen shows us now to explain. Sonia?
Hey, Delane, members with the Minnesota Peace Officers Standards and Training Board have been working on a plan to better handle sexual assault investigations. This 10-page document will be very easy for Crystal Police to adopt because they're already doing things recommended in the report.
We want to catch this person that did this to them.
For months now, Crystal Police Chief Stephanie Revering, victims' advocates, and members of the general public have been reviewing old rape cases to see if they can improve investigation techniques.
This isn't to say that law enforcement hasn't been doing that. However, we can do a better job.
While police want to go after the person responsible for sexual assault, the investigation can sometimes be tough on the victim, and that's where the proposed changes come in. The report calls for officers to recognize that the victim has experienced a traumatic incident and may not be willing or able to immediately assist in the case.
They don't necessarily want to tell the story to us again because it was so horrific.
The proposal suggests that whenever possible, to conduct victim interviews in person, and that is not often the case now. The new policy also recommends a victim's advocate get involved from the very beginning.
It can be a really traumatic experience.
Jenna is with a victims advocacy group called Cornerstone. She's been embedded with the Crystal Police Department for more than a year.
A lot of victims will end up blaming themselves for what happened and looking at their own behavior and how they can change that.
She says every victim reacts differently, and that can be confusing for people interacting with the victims.
Some people, may be laughing. Some people may be in complete shock.
Chief Revering says the plan will help streamline the investigative process and ensure everything is done to protect victims while going after their assailants.
I hope that the post board decides to adopt it and put it out to the entire state because it is something that is imperative for us and those victims.
Now, Crystal is one of 3 agencies in the state that has a victims advocate embedded within the department. Meanwhile, the proposed policy will go before the post board on January 24th. The state legislature could also vote to mandate the plan.